friends, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel for a very satisfying video today. Some points maybe kind of like a gross satisfying if you like that kind of thing, because we are deep cleaning my home. Like, the things that I don't normally do, we're doing together today. This is not just the average run-of-the-mill chores. These are things that you do, I don't know, whenever you have time, aka maybe once a year. I'm going to be walking you through what I did and showing you what I did, and hopefully, if anything, this gives you some tips and ideas of ways to deep clean your home, or just brings that like warm, fuzzy, satisfactory feeling while you're comfy and cozy on your couch enjoying your evening. Without further ado, this is what I did to clean my house very deeply. So a couple days before actually filming the rest of this video, I decided to throw my bath mats in the washing machine. It's kind of crazy how much gets stuck in it that you don't realize, like hair from blow drying your hair in the bathroom, or our kitchen mat as well. So many different food debris fall onto that. It came out of the dryer looking so much cleaner and fluffier, and it already was so satisfying. The next thing that I did, I had seen on social media, but I had never tried before, and I used vinegar. I didn't have any cheap vinegar, so I used fancy vinegar. I'm sure it all works the same. Poured it into a plastic bag and secured it to my faucet with a rubber band, and this is supposed to help kind of remove all of those mineral deposits, the weird white stuff that kind of forms at the end of your faucet, and it actually did work. So I made sure it was warm and I left it for about an hour, and when I took it off, I wiped away the faucet and it was good to go. Next, this is more of a sanitary thing. I don't often use Clorox. I hate the way it smells, but with everything going on in the world, I figured I should go ahead and Clorox disinfect everything that's frequently touched. So I went around to all of the doorknobs around our house, all of the frequently touched handles, whether that be on our laundry room or our kitchen, out to our patio door, every single thing that we frequently touch to open and close or get things out of places, I disinfected. Kind of staying on cabinets, the next thing that I did is clean all the cabinet faces, especially in my kitchen. The ones under the sink, water drips down and it gets hardened and gross, or oil will drip down, or the ones above my stove has like oil residue all over it. It's kind of disgusting. So I wiped that down with a rag, and I actually use surface cleaner. I feel like surface cleaner can be used for a ton of different things, and you don't need a million different cleaning products to get the job done. And something else that I focused on is the little almost ledge detailing on the front of the cabinets. That holds a lot of dust that I didn't realize, and so I got deep in that and got that all cleaned up, looking good as new. Staying in the kitchen, I started looking up ways to clean my oven, and I didn't realize that my oven had a self-cleaning function. So I was like, let's try it. It took 4 hours. It heat up to over 600 degrees and it smelled terrible, but that was just all of the like caked on food and like oil that had dripped down, grease burning off. And by the end of it, though our house had smelled bad for a couple hours, it was very clean. So I'm glad that from now on, when we bake things in there, it won't smell like weird oil. And above the stove oven, I noticed that whenever I turned on the fan for my cooking, apparently it pulled up the grease and deposited it on the little grill above my microwave and then on the cabinet above as well. So I just went in there with a rag and got out all of that weird grease residue, which I didn't even know happened until I was really taking a close look at my kitchen. So that is gone. Goodbye, grease. One of the only additional cleaning products that I do use and that I do love is a stainless steel cleaner. This almost kind of feels like oil-based to me, and it really gives things a nice little sheen. I'm almost out. I need to get more. Next, I moved into the bathroom for a second, and I just had to show y'all. I got so excited because I have a little stash of these sponges. You know, the ones that are dried out and then you add water and then they become like a normal size sponge. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. I don't know why I love it so much. I decided to go ahead and clean my bathtub. I hadn't done that in a while. This is a chore that you should probably do weekly, but to be honest, I don't take baths. I haven't taken a bath since I've moved here, so I don't really think about it often. I take showers. So I used a soft scrub and just cleaned all around the inside and around the bathtub, removing the products sitting on the ledge. There was a lot of kind of gross residue stuff underneath that. And then I also decided to do the shower walls, focusing on the grout, all around the tiles. There's like little pieces of shampoo, little drops of body soap, things that just kind of get on the shower walls that I took the opportunity to get off and then rinsed with some water. And at this point was when I realized that the self-cleaner in the oven makes your house smell so strong. I came out and Brook was working like this at the table and I was like, it's bad, isn't it? And he said, mm-hmm. So I just diffused some very clean, nice smelling essential oils to kind of help mitigate that scent and make it just feel a little bit better, you know? I discovered a really good tip to clean all that caked on gunk in your microwave. I kind of combined a couple different things I found online and it finally does not involve vinegar. Thank gosh, because if you're like me, I hate that smell and I don't want it. I want it to smell clean and I'm gonna share it with you. But first, I wanna take a little intermission and I want to say thank you to our sponsor today, which is Skillshare, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video. If you can't tell, I've been working on my sign language a little bit. I want to learn more sign language. I understand a little, but Skillshare has some good classes where I've been able to brush up a little bit. And so if you're not familiar with Skillshare, I want to take an opportunity to introduce them to you because they're a great platform, especially during this time when we have extra time on our hands and when we are at home. So Skillshare is an online learning community that has thousands of classes, from more business type classes to creative, hobby, passion type classes to things like sign language, which I can only really finger spell slowly, so I'm working on it. I've used Skillshare in the past to learn things about content creating, filming, editing, running a business, freelancing, and it's actually surprisingly affordable. If you do a premium membership, it comes to less than $10 a month, which I always put things in terms of lattes, and at least for Blue Bottle, that's 1.5 matcha lattes a month, which is pretty dang good. There's always new classes coming out, and I haven't actually told y'all this before, but there's no ads either, so it's completely curated for learning, which is amazing. And something that I think will help you guys out during this time when we're all stuck at home, and help me out as well, get to continue to work with Skillshare, is there is a no strings attached link down below where my first 1,000 subscribers that click on that link can try out the premium membership for free for 2 months. That's 2 months of unlimited learning, any of the classes you'd like. So thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video, and don't forget to check out that link down below. And now I'm gonna tell you the thing that I experimented with and that actually worked to clean my disgusting microwave. So a while ago, I did a clean my house video. This was probably over a year ago, and I decided to microwave vinegar, and it worked, but my house smelled like vinegar. So I decided to look up other things. One website said you can cut up a lemon, squeeze it, and just throw it into a bowl of water and microwave that. Another website said fill a bowl with water and add a tablespoon of dish soap. I was like, if I try them both, less likely will I fail. So I got a bowl, filled it up with water, cut up and squeezed a lemon inside of it, added a tablespoon of dish soap, and I microwaved it for 3 minutes. But they said the trick is leave that door closed for another couple of minutes and make sure you can visibly see steam. Some microwaves aren't as strong. So I saw steam after 3 minutes. Maybe you should go 5 if you don't. And I let that steam work its magic for a couple minutes. I opened it up and I wiped it down, and it actually worked so well. One tip that I learned from when I tried it with the vinegar is don't try to take out that bowl of water immediately. It's very hot, and I actually freaked out and ended up spilling it everywhere because it burned my fingers. So just leave it, it's fine. My house smelled like fresh citrus lemons instead of like vinegar, so I was very pleased with that little project and how it worked. The next thing I did is we have a glass stove top. I miss my real gas burning stove. May he rest in peace. But it's fine because this is significantly easier to clean. You know how sometimes water boils over and it like cakes on, or the grease splatters, things just kind of like cake on? I took an angle where you can see it really well on my glass stove top. I know they make chemicals and stuff that can help break that down, but one thing that I have found that works well, and I don't think damages anything, don't quote me on it, is I actually just use a steel wool brush and I go over that, and I feel like that is abrasive enough to break up all of those baked on pieces of who knows what. And then I just finish up with a little bit of surface cleaner on a rag, and I dry it with another dry one, and it was good to go. the shiniest thing. It actually turned into a very reflective mirror surface. We're gonna start getting into the really gross things, so I hope you're ready. One thing that I never really do, because my vacuum is too big and my broom is too long and I am too lazy, is clean under my furniture. Like under my credenza, my media console, my bookshelves, things that are just like, you know, a little bit off the ground. So much dust and dirt and like little fuzzy fur babies of who even knows where it came from, because my dog doesn't shed, it gets stuck under there. So I just went under with a rag and a dampened rag to get all that, wipe it all up, clean out underneath all those things, and it's great because by dust. It's like dusting, but underneath. Next, I realized I was looking around at other things to clean. My fireplace got so dusty and maybe like soot-y. I don't know, it's like a faux gas burning fireplace. But the metal inside of that needed a big wipe down. So with another wet rag, I wiped down all of the metal interior to my fireplace, and just take a look at what this ended up looking like. It was the most disgusting thing almost ever. Wait till we get to the patio, but almost ever. It feels very good to know that that was there and is now gone. Next, I moved to the patio. I have like a plant bookshelf outside, and due to just the pollution, I think, in the air, that's the breeze blowing things in, dirt. We're on the 3rd floor, so I don't think it's actual physical dirt as much as it is pollution and pollen and just gross things in the air settle on these bookshelves, and they are like a shiny, dark wood bookshelf, so it becomes very visibly obvious. So I whipped out the sponge and I wet it, and I was like, this is gonna be a big boy sponge job. And I physically wiped with the sponge every single shelf, moving it around, and then dried it off with a rag, and look at how disgusting the sponge became. It turned black with dirt, or whatever that is. To take it one step further, I decided to wash the pillows outside. Some of them had a removable cover, some of them didn't. I was like, who knows what this could have just absorbed? I'm gonna throw the whole thing in the washing machine. I also was like, I don't know if this is possible and if this will ruin these, but got nothing to lose. I decided to vacuum the whole patio. We have a couple little bigger pieces of like broken up leaves that fly out there. I pick up the large ones with my hands and throw them away, but all the little like crumbled up leaves, I take the attachment off of my vacuum and I use just the nozzle to suck all those things up under furniture, and then I move the furniture away and vacuum the rug that a squirrel has ruined. We have this one squirrel that comes onto our patio and literally eats our rug. And even if we open the door and go out there and are like, hey, he's like, I'll just go back at it. He doesn't care. And then I put on my favorite attachment to the vacuum ever, and it's this one that you can use on like furniture surfaces really well. And I decided to vacuum all the cushions. Now, some of the cushions out there unfortunately has a little bit of water damage that I think I'm gonna have to bleach or find a way to actually physically wash, but there's a lot of dust and dirt on those as well, just like on the bookshelf. So I went over every single cushion, and you can really see a before and after in real life. And I decided to take that same attachment inside to my den and do that to our couch. I don't physically see any like fur or anything on our couch because, like I said, Max really doesn't shed, but I'm sure there's little dust mites and whatnot, so anything helps, and I decided to go ham. But I did notice that since Max loves to hop on our couch after a walk, there were a couple little spots of things, little muddy kind of spots, and we have a white couch. So I finished off my deep cleaning with taking a little bit of bleach and water diluted onto a white washcloth and just rubbing out those little stains until they were gone, which actually worked very well. White couches are annoying because they show everything, but it's better than like a light colored couch that you can't bleach, because at least you can bleach these spots away and it looks good as new. Thankful that that worked out. And that completed all of my very odd deep cleaning projects that I don't do very often, and some that I should do more often, like cleaning the faces of my cabinets, vacuuming my porch, and cleaning my bathtub. Those should go on at least my bi-weekly list. I hope you enjoyed this video, that it was either satisfying and or inspiring to give you some ideas of things that maybe you forgot about in your house. There's a lot of things I forgot about. Like I meant to do my baseboards and I didn't do that. I'll do that this week. I love you with my absolute whole heart. I hope you have the best rest of your day, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.